Mic test. Mic test testing for latency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, Mr. Mic Test. Welcome to the company. You'll be reporting to Mic Test Senior in the head office and Mic Test Junior as your department head. All right, let's just do this. Well, howdy, folks. What? Is my camera dead? Hold on a second. Why my camera no? Why my camera no? Why my camera no? Let's try this. Let's try this. Why my camera no? Why my camera no? Let's see. All right, I gotta stand up and fiddle with the cables in the back of this machine now. Bramp, bramp, says the phone. Hold on. I'm trying to suss out if someone's trying to scam me on Fiverr right now. Alright, I've unplugged and plugged it back in. Let's get the camera back. Let's try this. Let's try to do the thing. What if I slide this little shutter? Oh yeah. It worked. I don't know why it broke. It was working just a moment ago. Well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to Country Fried Minis. We are streaming every day for a month, and we're gonna maybe try to do something today. I didn't feel like painting. Just full transparency, y'all. I didn't feel like painting today, and it was raining, so I slept real good, and I slept in. And I've been farting around, hanging out with folks in the Discord, getting nothing done. I'm slated to get back in on those Legion of Vega boys tomorrow. So, yeah. We'll get back on the paint tomorrow. Scheduled for a long day. Long day of streaming tomorrow. Getting them done for a game on Sunday. Going over to the Battletech Day over in Berkeley is the plan. So if you happen to find yourself in the Bay Area, know that every third Sunday, Games of Berkeley does a Battletech Day, and the only requirement is that you bring $5. Pay for your table fee, show up, come on in. We got plenty of models for everybody. Let's come check it out. Slink says, I haven't been farting around, but I have been farting. Ah, yes. I do enjoy gaseous release. I'm a fan of fart jokes. Okay. Where's the workflow scene we'll hit this thing and get in it, you know? All right, so to preface what we're doing today, I was hanging out with some folks in Discord last night, watching a friend and subscriber mess around with some builds in MechWarrior 5, and the mods made it really fun. And I couldn't make exactly what he made, but I did put together something just as silly. We're going to be working on a AS7-P0G Atlas. It's a jumping Atlas with an eclectic mix of weapons here. This link says, packed up my D&D books, all my loose Battletech stuff and books, etc. Whew, the moving is always a bit of a terrifying leap, so I'm wishing you you know, low stress during that whole thing. All right, so what we're looking at here, we need to make a an Atlas kind of fit the bill here, if you will. And it's going to take a little bit of work. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from a Locust Labs sculpt because it's conveniently broken down into parts. And we're gonna start cutting it up. We're probably going to go for like 90 minutes, 2 hours tonight. Not too long. I just want to get the streak done. And it should be a fun time. So, howdy to everybody who's here. And as always, no pressure to stick around as we're just mucking about this evening. Okay, so I've already got Blender open. So we can dive into that. Let's take a look back at our P0G and note where our weapons are on the torso. So we got a right torso. We got a right torso autocannon, and then the left torso has a pulse laser instead of a missile. Our center torso also has a weapon too. So this one might be a little bit difficult to muck with because I want to actually use. Here, I'll put it in there. There was a special Atlas head or Atlas model that was released for the, was it lead scientist tier? So let's set our geometry to origin and shade it flat and get in here and take a peek at what we're working with. All right, so to make this work, I think we'll start with the torso here. We're gonna use the eye patch one because it's supposed to be like a pirate king type design. So I think what we can do is like, if some of our additions are a little bit janky, we can maybe just strip them off and it'd be fine. So let's, without further ado, let's get dug in on it and see what we can make happen here. And honestly, I think what we're gonna do is I want this right half of the body. We also need to remove these lasers on the back. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add a cube, and we're gonna start out by getting rid of these here rear-facing medium lasers. And in hindsight, I should have maybe put one of those rear-facing on the design. Let's see, do we have a torso medium laser? Oh, it's on the head. Okay. It's on the head. Okay, so the way to do this, I think, is we're going to go in and I want to move this origin on our cube here. So we're going to select these two vertices. Select those two vertices, press F to make a new line. We're going to edge subdivide it. We'll go into select vertex mode, select it, right click, snap vertices. We're going to put the cursor to selected. y'all can't see my cursor. I keep forgetting to put on my cat paw. So let's get that going. Yeah. Let's get the kitty cat back on there. All right, so now that we've got the cursor set up, we can right click, go set origin, and we'll do origin to 3D cursor. And we want that so that we can have a little more control over the face here on this cube. And then also when we grow and shrink it, it'll the origin, it's all stemming from this one face. Okay. All right. So let's bring back out our gladiator torso. Well, howdy, surveillance wizard. Welcome. We are gonna fuck around and find out tonight. That's all we're doing. All right. So I think the way to do this here, if I understand correctly, is to snap this thing to the faces. And we're gonna turn on snapping. And see if we can't get this box here to stick to this face right there. So we're gonna set our tool here to tweak and then slide it on over. Yeah, that worked perfectly. Okay, see, our origin is now snapped to the face. Well, not quite, but it's kind of half-assed doing what we want it to. We want to snap it to that. Let's see if that worked. Okay, yeah. Now our cube is nice and flush with the origin here of this laser. So what we'll do now is we can turn off snapping and we can use our move tool and get this thing kind of in place. And we'll resize it a bit. And the idea here is now, since this thing is kind of perfectly aligned with our happy little laser, we're going to expand the width enough that it encompasses the entirety of that laser port. And actually, while I'm at it, I think I want this laser port for future work. So let's get the whole thing encompassed by that box. And what we'll do to copy that box is we're going to press Shift D to duplicate and then click so it stays in place. We're going to rename this cube to laser port M. Boom. And we can hide our first cube, and what we'll do is we'll go to the little wrench icon. We're going to generate a Boolean, and we'll do the intersection. Oh shit, is that a whole object inside there? Interesting. I didn't realize there was internal geometry going on. Whoa, there's a lot of internal geometry going on. Interesting. Very interesting. These laser boxes. I see some of Locust Labs process there. All right. Well, you know, we can still make this work. First off, I see that our cube is a little wide here because it's intersecting there. So let's remove this modifier. And we're going to shrink this just a hair. Just a hair. Getting it all lined up. Nightbot's calling for Popcat. I want a Popcat too. Let's do it. Redeem Popcat. Damn it, I hit the wrong button. Alright, alright. This is proven to be pretty tough to line up without overlapping. I think that's okay now. That looks fine. All right. Supercharger Angel ECM 19-ton standard armor. What do you think of an Atlas with a heavy PPC, 2 light PPC, ERM laser, 2 MML9 Artemis launchers with 1 ton of LRM, SRM each? Heavy PPC, 2 light PPC. So you got the heavy PPC in the torso, where the autocannon slot would go. 2 light PPCs in the arms, single medium laser in the rear, and 2 MML9. You could probably get away with converting, like, you could put both missiles like this, just boxes of 9. Heavy to replace the AC. Yeah, that's doable for sure. I'm not really a big fan of light PPCs myself. I mean, I guess they kind of fulfill the same role as a autocannon 5 with less weight. But I think it could be competitive. It definitely still feels like an Atlas somehow. The MML9s keeps it like in that like well-rounded experience. 18 range medium laser. Yeah, I get it. I just personally never been a fan of it. It's a personal choice. All right, so here we go. We got our copy made right here. We're gonna computer is fucking melting. Computer is fucking melting. I wonder why. What? Why is this happening? What is going on? What's the problem? What's eating memory? Is something trying to update? Why is that running? Let's end Steam. Let's end all of that shit. What the fuck? Something's not... Oh. 3D Builder is still running somehow? Supercharger lets it hit 6 hexes in burst. Pretty sure an Atlas moving that fast would make some people shit bricks. I don't know. I kind of feel like that the superchargers have diminishing returns on slow mechs, because you're only net gaining what, a hex of movement? I don't know. I'm ambivalent about it, to be honest. I kind of want to move some stuff around on this mech now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. The problem was I had to put things in weird places because of the double heat sinks requiring slots. So I'm wondering what we could do to shift some shit around. It's bothering me a lot that there's 2 jump jets in one leg and 1 in the right leg. But I don't know what we can do to shift things, to be honest. We're just going to roll with it. I think the jump jet, we're just going to have to ignore what the sheet says and put it in the center torso. Yeah, push it from 3.5 to a 4.6, not for everything, but way cheaper than trying to cram a 400 engine in. It's a supercharger. No, it becomes a 3.5 parentheses 6. You're still not moving 4 at walking speed. Way cheaper than trying to cram a 400 engine in. I was just trying slapping some tech on it. I mean, I'm not hating. I'm ambivalent on it. Yeah, it's hard to make a fast 100-tonner, and then even then, like, what's the best you're gonna get is a 4.6 with a supercharger, and then you have to really sacrifice stuff to make it work. As far as mobility, I went with jump jets on this thing, and I think that like being able to jump behind your opponent is maybe a little bit more scary. But then again, that's just two different schools of thinking, honestly. Like, are you trying to get there quickly with your 3, 5, 6 mech, or are you trying to get around terrain? I think the Atlas in particular has the armor to kind of mitigate that. Like, you can weather the fire while you close the distance. Kind of what I'm thinking. Though, you know, if you're going, if you're doing charge attacks, I think then the supercharger would really fare. Couldn't you also do like supercharger plus mask and get even more movement? Fuck it, let's do it. Let's immediately sidetrack because ADHD wins. Let's start with an Atlas AS7A. Let's go AS7A. Boom. Thought it'd be scary and funny to see Atlas waddle at you, then bam, it's faster than expecting. Oh, definitely. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's do XL. Let's make it experimental. Let's make it year 3077. Let's call it AS7 FAF for fast as fuck. We're going XL for the weight. We're going to go enhancement mask. We're going to throw in a supercharger and just see immediately how fast that is. It doesn't tell me here. I have to print the sheet. Left torso is missiles. We can maybe fit it in right torso with the, what is it? Check the preview. Preview. There it is, 358. Excellent, thank you. That gets pretty nasty. So I think that's where you're really gonna shine. Babink. But you're gonna lose some tonnage over that, right? So let's do, what'd you say, MML 9s? Executioner F has both. I gotta admit, I don't really know clan mechs because I've been such a hater on them for so long. MML 9s, here we go. Bam. Bam. Ton of ammo each. MML 9 LRM ammo. MML 9 SRM ammo. How much do we have to play with here? Maybe I'll get vids up with walking motion by Christmas? Been productive in my R&D. Oh, I see. Yeah, R&D on mech project. Lots of CAD and parts being made. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's been nice to see those little bits. And if any of y'all out there are catching this after the fact via the algorithm and want to see that project happening, join the Country Fried Minis Discord. Check it out. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we make this work? Is an MML 7 smaller? It does only take 4 crits. Yeah, I think what I would do to make that happen, to go the super fast route, is I'd go down to 7s. You are losing 2 missiles, which is really going to hurt it at long range, of course. But you also get more shots this way. And I think with that, you should be able to fit both MMLs now in the left torso. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Let's go double heat sinks. Let's do. What did you have? You had a heavy PPC, heavy PPC, 2 light PPCs, ER medium laser rear. Heavy PPC, pow. Light PPC. What's the deal with those? What's the tonnage on them? 3 with 2 crits. Pow, pow. What else did you put in it? Angel ECM. Angel ECM suite. And you said the ammo, right? 1 ton each. Oh, Artemis? Do they work with Artemis? I didn't. I guess that's not in here. Let's see. So you'd need 2 more tons for the Artemis. Artemis control system. Bam, bam. Artemis is maybe not the worst idea for those, with them being smaller. 2 tons each. Pie. Ah, yes. Calling for the cream pies. What else did you have? You had a ER medium laser that's rear facing. ER medium laser. We could maybe make it work. Did you use up all your slots? That's almost all the weapons, right? One ton each of the ammo. Oh, 1 ton each. I see. Of yeah. And we want them Artemis ammo, and then SRM Artemis ammo. Boom, boom. Pop those on, and we want to get rid of that and that. Still got 10 slots. Still got 10 slots. Still got 10 slots. So I think what you could do then, you need heat sinks to deal with this. So we could put 3 more heat sinks on it. I can't see the heat. I can't see the dang heat because my little cat thing. So sinking 26 currently, and we could put 2 more, and we sink 30. So it's hot as fuck. Of course it is. All right. So, what won't you be able to fit? The heavy PPC. Yeah, let's see. Right torso. Bam. Oh, I see. We got to figure out where to put the We got to figure out where to put the heat sinks. Bam. Double heat sink here. We can fit 2 heat sinks each in the arms. There we go. MMLs need... Because the MMLs need the Artemis in the same slot, I think what we're going to have to do then is We'd have to put an MML in the arm to put that control system. All right. We can throw in our double heat sink right here. Angel ECM suite requires 2 crits. So we can throw the supercharger in the left torso and then slap our Angel ECM here. And then we wouldn't be able to do the... we're not going to be able to do the rear-facing laser, so we'd stick it in the head, I think. Each leg gets that and that. And see, we're in an interesting predicament here because we're out of tonnage, or we're out of slots before the tonnage. Case 2. I think what we could do then, we can do a compact gyro. Yeah, compact gyro. Actually, can we go down to a standard engine? Standard engine fits. Standard engine fits. That's kind of awesome. And we got 7 slots. Does that mean we can go down to Endo? No, it does not. Does that mean we can fit ferrofibrous? No, it does not. But that is fun. That is fun. I can see you having fun with this. I do think that if you're going to go the mask, or you're going to go the supercharger route, you maybe want to do... I would do the mask plus supercharger thing. But you are... yeah, light ferro. Excellent. And now it's max armor. Very cool. Very, very cool. You could even, like, put things where you want them now. So, like, we could put the ER medium laser rear facing. Rear facing. We could put the, where's this going? Ferrofibrous over there. I actually think that I would pad out this over here. We'd put the Angel ECM in the right torso to give our heavy PPC the best chance of not getting hit. I like this. I like this. I'm going to save this. Let's validate unit. Oh, wait. Supercharger must be placed in the... Oops, 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 oops. We just got to move that to the center now. Damn it. There we go. Supercharger right here. Pow. I think this also means, though... Ah, yes. We can move this around. Bam, bam, bam. Put that double heat sink here. Move this to here. We can pull off our Artemis and get both the launchers in the torso like they should be. Bam. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to run this. I'm going to make this thing work. TSM over mask, both would give the increased movement. TSM needs the heat, but also doubles melee, which would be enticing. Yeah, but you net lose movement. I'm pretty sure you net lose because you have to be hot enough that you're already down a movement point before it activates. So I think net you don't really gain as much. Let's see here. Also, is TSM compatible with the supercharger? Not enough slot. TSM ignores the first movement penalty. This is news to me. Where does it say that? I really wish they'd list the rules here. Adds 2 to normal walk speed, multiply that. So you don't ignore it. You get +2. Yeah, now I have to get out a rule book to find the fucking rules. Because for some reason, they decided to not list the rules here. Sarna, please, have the rules on your page. Alright, let's look up rules. 143. Does that actually list the rules, or is it going to direct me somewhere else? Yeah, there's nothing about ignoring the first loss of heat. It just adds 2. So you lose 1 and then gain 2. In the old 90s Battletech Compendium, well, those rules are outdated. The current rules do not say anything about that, but it does add a flat +2. Now, however, this does create the problem of now we're down a slot. We're now down a slot and need to do something to mitigate that. Ow, fuck. Don't have light ferrofibrous. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now it got to fill 5 more tons. So I think you're going to throw on another double heat sink. Four tons and 2 slots remaining. 4 tons, 2 slots. Four tons, 2 slots. Yes, I have 7s because I wanted to fit the other stuff, which was required to do the other thing. So let's remove all that. Let's do this. 2 each, Artemis. Now, you can't fit these. Oh, I guess you can because it's not an XL engine. Where the fuck is it? 1 ton left, 1 slot. 1 ton, 1 slot will be a second ER medium laser, I think. Assign crits. MML 9s. SRM and LRM in each leg. Bam. Bam. We got to find a spot for the double heat sink. I think we'll put it in the arm for symmetry's sake, and then we'll put a... Where do we want this ER medium laser? Can you put it on the head and still have it be rear facing? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Alright, there we go. Validation, current unit. It is much hotter. Artemis is in the same location as the weapon. There we go. It didn't format it properly. Alright, save unit. Pow, save. It's the FAF. Fast as fuck. Preview. Oh, it's 356. So it becomes 4-7. Ammo in the torso with case 2. I see. Ammo in the torso. So what are you doing with the TSM then? You're putting it down here? So you're losing your main gun and your ECM if the ammo gets hit? TSM can go in any slot. Yeah, but like does case 2 not require slots? Or you just have it on the one side, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Just the one. Alright. Well, let me finish this so I can get back to work.
Oh, jeez.
Remove. Case 2. Case 2, 1 ton, 1 slot. Structure armor assigned criticals. Case 2. Bam, there we go. Validation current unit. Done. Save. Exit. No. File, print. Current unit. Print. Atlas. AS7 FAF.
There is no one that does it better.
Nope. Ma'am. Alright, back to work. Distracting as fuck. Yeah, we lost a half hour on that. It is what it is, though. Alright, so where was I at? I am starting to remove the lasers. So what we'll do is we've got our cube set up, and we're going to Boolean a difference to the cube. Boolean difference on the cube. And we're going to make it hole tolerant just in case. And this is killing my computer for some reason. I don't know what's up with this mesh, but this is melting my machine. Let's apply it. 18 SRM is nasty. Aren't you -1 to hit because you're because the TSM is running?
Well, you want to woo woo? It's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying?
Some neighbors are saying way too loud.
That's only in the morning. You're supposed to be up cooking breakfast for somebody, and so that's like an alarm clock.
Next up, we want to remove. We've removed those lasers. Now what we're gonna do is do push-ups. Depends on the scale. Yeah, well, you need 9 heat before you
Bye, everyone.
the TSM kicks.
She can go on forever.
And I'm pretty sure you lose to hit at like 6 or 7.
The number one and the best is the Antichrist. But not God, not God, because the Antichrist, it's me!
Alright, there's your 10. Let me get a sheet.
We're talking about the thugs. T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G
Let's
is for
see.
jail, 'cause a thug can't spell.
Yeah, you get a +1 to hit at 8. So you lose, you get a penalty shooting before TSM kicks in. I'm not generally a big fan of TSM because of that. Like, because if you go from 4 to 5, you're all of a sudden missing a lot. you're missing a whole hell of a lot. Hell, if you go from 3 to 4, you're missing a lot. It just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Plus, like, if you're already coasting at 9 heat and making sure you stay there, if you end up taking an engine crit, you're completely borked. But then again, I tend to not use the go fast anyways. Well, like if you're making a melee mech, then I don't think you're necessarily relying on a bunch of SRMs. I don't know, that seems like more of a like a kind of the same role as the AS7A, which I am a huge fan of. I don't like what's happening here. We got a weird intersection with our torso bit. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this. We're gonna Shift D to duplicate it, and we're gonna hide it, and we're gonna call this torso backup. For this Atlas, I think the TSM is niche, either charging and punch or use a TSM burst to get into shorter range bracket. Yeah, it's really, I don't know how I feel about it. It just doesn't seem like a super melee mech, but like you can't deny that the big punch is really, really huge. All right. Let's get in here and chop this autocannon off. We're just going to really ham-fist it too, because I think what I'm going to do is take this thing off, and then we're going to copy this section right here to fix the what we're about to break by removing this. So let's just get rid of that autocannon entirely. And try to do as little damage as possible to our, I'm going to do as little damage as possible to the surrounding structure, so it's a little easier to fix. Heavy PPC plus 18 SRM would be nasty hitting close. Not firing the light PPC, would you get back to 0 on the scale? Let's do, that is breaking it for some reason. Let's try the fast solver. Let's actually go exact and then make it hole tolerant again. Like I said, my idea was just slapping some Dark Age tech on it for funsies. I do want to play more Dark Age myself. I'm a big fan of MMLs. I am definitely a big fan of the MML. I'm not 100% sold on the TSM. But, you know, like reflecting back on it, you kind of need that you kind of need it to make it worthwhile on a big heavy machine. Chatless temp. It's like investing in that risky roll on the mask for just one extra movement. I don't think you'd probably be better off like putting another weapon in there. MML is amazing on any mech that utilizes LRM and SRMs. Yeah, it could be fun on a Shadowhawk. I like it on the longbow. I think it's the 13C. I love the 13C. I think that's the one, at least. Yep. 13C is 6 MML7s on an Artemis. Case protected ammunition. The small lasers, you're never going to use them. But 6 MML7s is insane. The 14C is nice in theory because it's got 6 MML9s, but it does not have the heat capacity to shoot them. So they're kind of this is actually kind of a piece of shit. And the downgrade of 7s is still disgusting. 6 SRM 7s is absolutely bonkers. Separate loose parts. You've gone too many bits in the method. This one does not separate, Nate. Locust Labs does something to prevent these models from being separatable. They are not separatable. You can't separate them. Okay, so now what we need is to duplicate this. Not every part is able to be separated. 12R LRM 15s with 353 movements. I like jump jets. I mean, yeah. I don't really see the point of jump jets on a longbow myself. But that's just me. Not a fan. I prefer the extra firepower most of the time. All right. So what am I trying to fix here? I need this panel fixed, and I think that's about it, actually. So let's see if we can't... Let's measure where this lives off the center. So it is top number -7706. So we're going to go 77706. This object is not perfectly symmetrical. It's a little off center. Well, that sucks. But what we can do now is shrink this cube down. I need to set the origin on this to a corner. Alright, so we're going to go back into edit mode. We're going to choose this vertex. We're going to snap our cursor to selected. We're going to go back to object mode. Right click origin to 3D cursor. Alright. And then now that that origin is set, when we shrink it from the bottom, this corner will stay locked. Is why I did that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Honestly, I think it's a byproduct of me preferring Catapult over the Archer. Cat got me really like the whole Hilltopper Loomer. Almost all my favorite mechs have jump jets, so I have a type. I just kind of picture LRMs firing at long range all the time. So like I find it hard to appreciate a scenario in which you're actually going to hit things with your LRMs after jumping. And I guess I think of Lerms, yes. Melt my computer. Why is this melting my computer? Why the fuck is it melting my computer? What's the problem? Software. What's the problem? Software. Apply. It's just like, my computer don't like this. Not at all. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need to mirror this part. So we're gonna right click on it. We're gonna mirror on the X. And of course, when you mirror on the X, it also flips everything inside out. So we need to make sure that we select this thing in edit mode and press A to select it. And we're going to mesh normals recalculate outside. All right, there we go. Bam, bam. Jump penalty can be rough. Catapult can get on that hill a lot quicker than an archer. Though if it's multiple elevations higher, relocate to cover. Well, see, I guess I picture my missile boats, instead of jumping the missile boat into position, I'll use a mech, a different mech to get into position and then just fire indirect. And all of a sudden I've got less of a penalty. It's not always a better choice. I like jump jets on punchy short-range shooty mechs. But generally I'm like torso corner replacement. We'll call that what it is. Generally I'm just not super keen on them, but that's just a me preference. That's all. That's all that is. Okay, so here what we're gonna do now, I want to get rid of this bottom corner. So we're gonna take all this. We're in edit mode now. We're gonna select all those and this, and we're gonna delete them. Bam. Dissolve vertices. Let's go back into this mode. Yeah, you got Mr. Another Nate to thank for that dissolve vertices trick. I tend to delete things and it makes a mess sometimes. Okay, so let's bring this thing back. Look at what we got going on here. We have something weird happening. Not sure what that's all about. This little extra, the math kind of screwed up right there. Right here. But that's fine. We got our replacement part right here. Okay. So eventually what I'd need to do is weld that on there. It's a give and take for me, especially on assault mechs. You could lose weapon tonnage, but navigating woods might be a lot easier with the jump jets. Definitely times I wanted more guns though. Yeah, I think, well, that's kind of the logic behind this Atlas I'm building right now. It's a jumper. It jumps and it's got a sword. All right, let's find an AC5 out of our bits. It's an LBX. So I think what we want to do, I kind of want to use a Ultra. Kind of want to use an Ultra for this. So let's maybe look in our... I think I have a conversion part for this. It's an LB10. Let's see what this looks like. Let's just see what it looks like dropping it in. Boom, booyaka-chow. It is just a smooth barrel. I think that's a little lame, honestly. Do we got an Ultra here somewhere? Plasma rifle, MML box, medium laser, light PPC, gun barrel, link barrel, 4 heavies. What's that look like? That is just a Gauss. Okay. I think what I want to pull is... I want Locust Labs Ultra off of the... I can't remember what mech had it. Let's pull it out. Pull it out here. Rory AC2 Also, the options say, fuck it, I'm dead anyways, death from above. I do love when a death from above hits. I've never had one actually go well, though. Unfortunately. I think we're going to pull this... not that one. I want to use the Ultra off of one of these. Yeah, let's take a peek at that one. Boom. Let's rotate this boy. Object Z, -90 rotation. We're going to right click. We're going to set geometry to origin. We're going to come in here and we're going to snap that whole front bit off of here, I think. Yeah. All right. So what I'm thinking here, what we need to do is I want this bit right here. I want all of that. And then I want to cut it again and rotate this stuff 180 degrees. So to do that, we're going to take our cube from earlier, which has the origin set already, and we're going to duplicate it. And we're going to bring it out over here. We're going to turn back on snapping. We're going to use our tweak tool again, and we're going to drag it to right here. All right, excellent. Maybe we actually want to snap it to this face right here. Let's do this so we can see what we're doing. We want to snap it onto that face. Right there, that looks good. Okay, save our progress. Turn off snapping. How far in are we? 62 minutes. Can we actually convert this thing inside of like 2 hours? I hope so. I'm dubious, but I think we could maybe do it. Let's get this all selected. Bow. Okay. And we're going to call this autocannon. And what we'll do is we will take... Wait, actually, we can call this autocannon tip. And we can call this one autocannon base. And we'll apply the Boolean to this guy right here. We'll do a generate Boolean. We'll do the intersection between this and that. We're going to make it exact math, and we're going to self-intersection. No, that's wrong. I clicked the wrong damn thing. It is just the tip. Well, we need the base and the tip. But we're going to rotate the tip on the base. I may have killed my computer just now. Or at least killed Blender. Let me update the push-ups counter. And I am going to take a quick piss, and I will be right back. Nightbot calling for Popcats. Alright. Make it hole tolerant. It's going to melt everything once again. Yep. Come on, computer. What the fuck? Do the thing. Oh, it just broke. All right, there we go. That looks good. Bam. Apply it. Bow. Done. Well, now we got to wait on the computer to melt again. My computer is struggling to compute, y'all. Not responding. I just don't understand what the fucking problem is. Holy moly. Alright, now we will save the game before it decides to break again. And now what we need to do, we need to shrink this thing down to where we can see what the heck we are doing. We're going to switch our tweak back on, and we want that front of this autocannon. So we're going to turn back on snapping. We're going to do see-through mode so we can see what the heck we're doing. And we're going to slice off the front of this barrel. We'll turn off snapping. Okay, that looks decent. And now what we'll do is we're going to... We need to apply a Boolean to this part. Bam. And we do an intersection. And we're going to make it hole tolerant. And we're going to run this. Bow. Apply. And now we have this nice autocannon tip as a separate part. But I just realized that we got to duplicate that cube to do what we're doing. So let's hide this, and I'll show you why we need to duplicate it. We're going to do the intersection between this and that, solver options, hole tolerant, exact math, run it, bow. That's good. Save. Now we need to take this part, which is the whole thing, and we're going to use this same cube right here, which is in the same position, to generate a Boolean difference to this part. Solver options, hole tolerant, smash it, bow. So you're saying you have to work the shaft? Yes, of course. We'll call this cube remover origin set flat. All right, so now what we have is this and this are separate pieces that we can use to apply it where we want. And what we'll do is we're just going to rotate this one along the y-axis 180. That origin is a little fucky and move things in a bad way. So let's fix that. Let's get in here. Let's go into edit mode. What's going to be the best way to get our thing perfectly centered? Let's hide you. Let's get in here. Alright, so we can use this part right here. I need this. I need this part in a good position. Let's set wireframe bow. We're gonna merge all these. Merge at center. There we go. And now we need to find the center at the bottom to make this whole thingamabob working. And I think one way we can do that is we can add a cube. a cube. Let's go back to object mode. We're going to take this cube. No, not that cube. With this cube. There we go. Let's get over there and see what's going on. Up the snooter? No, no, no. Not up the snooter. I don't think so. So what we need to do, I think, here is to split this thing kind of down the middle in an up and down fashion. And the way we're gonna achieve this is to edit mode. We're gonna set the, we're gonna snap cursor to selected. We're going to object mode. We're gonna set origin to cursor. And the reason we're doing that, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna scoot this feller over. And what we want to do is have snapping to vertex on and turn it on. And I think that's got us lined up. Let's go into this mode. Yeah, okay. So now we've got this set to that vertex. You don't need one in the snap cursor to them. I need it perfectly centered. I need it perfectly centered. So let's see. Let's see if this thing that you've mentioned works, Mr. Nate. All right. We have a fucking mess of vertices. Merge at center. Let's make sure these are all selected. Merge at center. And then merge at center. Merge at center. Alright, so you say select 3 vertexes. And snap cursor to them. Snap vertices cursor to selected. Is that centered? Is that centered enough? Is that centered? It looks centered. I think they should be, right? Because these are... I don't know if that's perfectly centered. I don't know if that's perfectly centered, but we're going to try it. Set origin to 3D cursor. I should have just been sculpting the missiles at this point, because we have wasted a lot of fucking time trying to cut parts and put them on here. Alright, so we're going to rotate along the x-axis, so we're going to do 180. That is not correct. We're going to rotate along the y-axis 180. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. So now, what I want to do then is get our autocannon base, edit mode, and boy oh boy, that is a lot of vertices. I don't even know where to fucking begin with that, to be honest. We're gonna eschew perfection on this and just select both of them. So let's turn our tool to select box. select these. We're going to turn back on our gladiator torso. We're going to hide our cube. We're going to turn on snapping to face. And we're going to slap this boy all the way over there. Except I forgot that I turned on box, so I need to turn this to tweak again. And slap it over there. Ah, god damn it. It's not going to work because I need the origin set where I want the origin set. Okay, that's good enough. Trying to do the fucking math and figure out where that damn thing is. Whew, boy. Okay, so. Oh, look, the damn Boolean broke this part too. I have to fix that now. Why have you broken? Why have you broken, part? Why would you delete this face arbitrarily? Right? Like, why did the math ignore that? I set it to exact math as well. Alright, let's boom, merge, collapse. This one probably needs to be merged as well. Collapse. Bam, bam. Glad I saw that now and not after I tried to print the thing. Boom, new face. Do we have any more holes? Do we have any more holes? It's funny because this would all be a lot more doable if the mesh would break down into parts, but it will not. Rolled a 1. Man rolled a 1. Dual miles a that many. Okay. Let's go back to object mode. Let's go back to object mode. Let's put these things on. And I think we need to figure out a way to make this thing work. But actually, I think what we can do is we can shift this thing up a little bit. To the left a little bit. And raise it up here. I'm going to bring it out that way. Like so. You know, I wonder, can we shift this over in that hole? No, not really. But I think what we can do is extrude the back of it. And I think that's what we're going to do here. All right, so let's hide you as well. We're going to select this part. We're going to go into edit mode. We're going to select face. We want this face right here. And we're going to press E to extrude. And I'm going to push that part out into the torso. And now we have this nice extension that kind of goes into the part. And here too. The top has that little extension. And then right here, I think I want a cube inside of that. Been a long day, time for some sleep. Enjoy your sleeping, good sir. Where's our torso corner replacement? Is that? We are talking about the thug. Alright. I think the simplest way to do this is just to add a cube. And I'm going to put that cube inside of our part. Zoop. Let's get it on over there. Ooh, what the fuck? I grabbed the wrong thing. Alright, so where are we at? 80 minutes in. I think we're going to get this part built, and then I'm going to try to start sculpting an MRM 40 on the arm. As with every project on this channel, it has turned into a mountain of a molehill. Alright, so what we want to do here, I want to get this thing inside, but kind of recessed a bit. So like that. And it needs to be enough that it's kind of contained within inside of this thing. It needs to be just a hair bigger. So we're gonna get it right. Get it just right. Like so. And then shift this one up and hold shift. Pow, there we go. And we're gonna push it in as far as we can get away with it before it starts clipping back there. I still want like the optics of this thing being recessed, but instead of trying to fix all the geometry that lives behind it, just want to push it in like that. I think that's good right there. Wow, very nice. We're going to drop a save state. We're going to take this part and we are going to add a boolean. Add a boolean, generate a boolean, generate a boolean. We're going to make a union, solver options, hole tolerant, and we're going to grab this cube right here. And I can see it's already like doing some fuckery. What does fast solver look like? No, it's just doing weird stuff. Let's hide that tip. It is doing some fucky stuff, that is for sure. Is that a hole there? I think it'll be okay. Let's do self-intersection as well and melt the computer. Bam, apply. Melt the computer. Fuck you, computer. Alright, and we can hide this cube now. Pow. Yeah, we got this nice little bit. Alright, excellent. That looks good. We're going to pull out our tip again. We're going to select our tip, and we want to shrink this along the X and Z axes. So, and this should sit right in the middle with our origin. So X, we're going to go down by 1. So 1. And then 1. Way too much. It also did some weird like compression to it. I think we need to apply transforms to it. Bam. There we go. But now I gotta reset the dang old origin. So let's do that trick that Mr. Nate taught us. I'm gonna take our tip. We're gonna go to edit mode. We're gonna get back in here. We're going to select vertex. We want that one. And that one. And that one. And we're going to right click. We're going to snap selection cursor to selected. Bam. Back to object mode. We're going to right click. We're going to set the origin to 3D cursor. And now that should be in the center of things. It looks like it's off center though. Just somehow looks like it's off center. I think because it is off center to the circle. It is not centered. But whatever, we're gonna make the thing happen. Let's turn this back on. Adjust the scaling right here. Scale X 0.75. Scale Z 0.75. Okay, that's getting there. Let's put the torso back on. I still think that is a tiny bit big for an AC5. So let's go down to 0.66. 0.66. I think that looks a lot better. Sorry for the scan. Wait. You sent me some stuff? Continue to download. You told me to focus on stream, and I'm gonna be like, nuh-uh. I want to show off what you done, I think. Let's examine it. Let's examine this here thing. Bam. Extract to desktop. I want to take a peek. I need to know. Y'all don't know, but Mr. Comstar is beginning to muck around with laser scanning, if I understand correctly. Let me create a new folder for Comstar. New folder. First test. Boom. Run it. Let's import that lad. Let's import your OBJ. Import OBJ. We're going to find that right here. Bam. Comstar. First test. We're going to pull in that 3D data OBJ. Where is our 3D data? Let's hide all this stuff. Where is our 3D data? It has not come in? Oh no, there it is. Dude, is this already pre-sized? This is already pre-sized. Let's see. That scan is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. It's got a lot of the surface detailings. That, I mean, looks pretty good to me. It looks like it mucked up some of the stuff on the bottom. But, it's like your boy could stand to be a lot brighter. I don't know how you would do that. But what we can do is, first off, we're going to save this file. And then need to open Mech Editing Workspace. Let's sidetrack for just a second. We're going to import our OBJ. I'm going to pull in Comstar's first test with 3ddata.obj. Bam. Okay. It is a little too small. It's not a good one for scanning on a Lazy Susan. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so first we just need to size your boy up. We need to size your boy up correctly. Oh wait, this looks a lot better for some reason. I wonder why it's so much brighter in this one. Let's get it facing correctly. Let's get it moved into position. We need to get a cube for cutting bases off in position. Zap. Let's move this down. There we go. We're going to take your 3D data. We're going to run a Boolean on it. Generate a... Nope. That's the wrong modifier. Generate a Boolean. I have the wrong thing selected, is what's happening here. We want U selected. Generate Boolean. Difference between that. We want it hole tolerant. Plow. And we're going to run that apply. Yep. We can get rid of this. We need our hex base sized. Get the object correct. And then we size it up to match the pre-sized base. Bam. That's just about right. There we go. There we go. I think that's just about right. So here's where it's probably going to get weird. I see you've got 50,000 edges. So what we have to do to this is we have to generate a decimation. And we're going to come down 40%. You know what? The decimation's holding up all right. I think it looks fine. 0.38 even. Let's try that. Who goest there with the babink? Venom spider. Ah, yes. All right, that decimation looks decent. We're gonna smash it. Pow, apply. Let's get our collider sized. Let's get our collider sized correctly. I think I want it about there. Basically, we want a little room on the top. We want this collider to be a little smaller just because of the fuckery in Tabletop Sim. All right, let's hide the hex base. We're going to file. We're going to export this lad. Export our OBJ. We're going to go into ComStar. We're going to go first test. No, we'll just do it right here. We'll call it... well, shit, I think it needs to go in here. King Crab. King Crab. We're going to export colors. We're going to export triangulate mesh. Excuse me. Export. Okay. We're going to file. We're going to export this thing. Export OB. File. Export OBJ. We're going to call this King Crab Collider. We're not going to use colors, but we will triangulate it. Pow, we'll run that. Boom. Have a good stream, everyone. Popping in to boost engagement, but I have to get back to work. Yes, thank you for stopping by, Mr. Wallman. We're just mucking around tonight, honestly. I could end it in any minute. I would like to try and sculpt the missile launcher, though. That is truth. All right. So we got this thing going on. We're going to open up Tabletop Sim. Let it do its thing. And let it do its dang old thing. Close that. Give it a second. Give it just a second. Get this damn thing caught on up. Going to create a multiplayer Gam's Cookies. We're going to launch Countrified Battletech Black Edition. Hey, somebody's playing Tabletop Simulator. Yes, and the room is technically open. All right, let's see here, Mr. Comstar. Let us judge the quality of your work with your new scanner, because I think it's perfectly serviceable. We're going to import a new custom model. We're going to make our model mesh, the desktop photogrammetry Comstar first test King Crab. Open it. Cloud. We're going to call it Comstar King Crab 1. Upload. All right. Image. Textures. Textured 0 V2. I hope it doesn't need both of these. If it needs two textures, it's not going to work. So you maybe need to do that. And we'll call this Comstar King Crab Texture Comcast King Crab Texture 1. We're going to import our collider now. And that's going to be our King Crab Collider. Upload to cloud. We're going to call this Comstar King Crab 1 Collider. Upload. It's going to be a figurine. We're going to go material cardboard, and we're going to import. Boy. Looky there. That's a perfect perfect scan in my honest opinion. Stream just go down for a second. This cat? Meow? I don't see a cat. Alright, so what we got to do now is we lock this in place. We dump this on top, and we can see that the collider kind of rests above it a little bit. So we also need to, we'll lock that, and we'll use our gizmo. Use our gizmo just to bring it up just a tiny, tiny bit. We want it basically right where it's... Come on now. Why are you fighting me, video game? I want to push it down to right where it starts to go inside the other piece. All right. And then, just like with all the rest, we go to combine. And we drag from the mech to the base. And we unlock it. And that's a model, good sir. That is a king crab, perfectly perfunctory. All right, Comstar. That means I require of you to make a little time to play a game. And we'll throw down and we'll do a stream. Whatever era, whatever BV, whatever you want, we'll make it happen. How about it? You don't see anything? What do you mean you don't see anything? It's there on stream. Did you get an error of some sort? All right, what I'll do though, right now, is we're going to go to workshop upload, update, Black Edition, update. I'll see what my schedule. Yeah, we can bend it around yours. Oh, you can't see it because it's dazzle. I see. Yeah, my schedule is completely flexible, Mr. Comstar. When you find time, you dictate to me when. I will move things around. You just send me some more mechs and we'll update and populate the mod. This is now in there. So all of y'all who are members and have access to the Black Edition. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. It works. Perfect. I'll do my best. Got 7 more mechs to scan. It does look like the LiDAR makes it like a little more accessible. Including the thug. Heck yeah. That is an impossibly long boy. All right. Can it work? There is a limit. There is a limit. But I don't think we've quite hit it yet. Yeah, we're just about there. My balls came out good though, too, when scanned. Oh, Nate hit the limit. I can't get any smaller. I think that is, I think that's as far down as it goes. It went into a bag as I threw it. All right. Sorry to do it to you, Nate, but I'm closing the server. The pen does not do any littler. The pen does not do any littler. That is true. Let's go back to Jatless Temp. Let's get rid of 3D data. Excellent. I'm glad to see that it works. And I think in the long run, you're investing in this thing will probably allow for some really, really clean, fun work. All right, so let's do something with this base. I think what we want to do is make a little detail on this face here. So we're actually going to do like an eye, and we're going to inset it some. Bam, 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 ba, 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 beep, bo. Bam, 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 bam. Ooh, that's actually doing weird wonky stuff. So I think what we're gonna do instead is add in a cylinder. I need a little detail here. We're gonna adjust this boy. I'm gonna rotate it along the X, so 90 degrees there. We're gonna shrink this down and push it in. And what we want is we want to make this a little bigger. We want to make it a little bit bigger. And we're going to go 1.5. Too big. We're going to go 1.25. 1.25. And then this will also be 1.25. Bow, like that. Okay. It actually needs to be even bigger. 1.35. There we go. 1.35. We'll make this thing a little bigger. We're going to hide the tip for a second. We're going to go in here to edit mode. We're going to press I to inset. I need to select just this face here, actually. And then press I to inset. There we go. We make that thing, and then we're going to E to extrude, and we're going to push that in to right there. And now our tip has this little bit of surface greebling that looks a little better than just a flat piece. All right. Let's look at our gladiator body again. Now, we do have the corner replacement. I think that looks pretty good there. All right. So we're going to save this, pal. We're 104 minutes in. I want to try to start some sculpting. In the next little while. So what we're going to do is we want a arm that kind of matches our pog. Looks like the only weapon on the left arm is the MRM. So do we have a missiles arm already? I think we can maybe use this. Wait, we're in the wrong file. We need to go back to the atlas, to the arms. What is going to be the easiest to remove stuff from? I think it might be getting rid of just a simple laser might be the way. Howdy, Mr. David Fayafay. Hope you're doing well. Let's see what pose 2 looks like. Pose 2 is kind of sticking forward. I like that. I think that's what we're going to work with. and I can probably tilt it to where it works. So we're gonna go geometry to origin on that. But first we're gonna check pose 3 before we commit. No, we're going pose 2. Pose 2 is good. All right, so we're gonna shade flat. We're going to mirror X. Yep. We're going to edit mode. We're gonna hit A for select all. We're gonna mesh normals, recalculate outside. Bam, we can go back to object mode. We're gonna save, and we're gonna start thinking about getting rid of some of this stuff. So what we can do is find cube original, bow. We're gonna grab our cube. We got it on tweak mode, and then we're gonna snap 2 faces. So I want it right there. Excuse me. Now, to make this go as easy as possible, I think what we have to do, I need this rotated enough. I need it kind of snapped to the plane here. Is this a custom variant? Yes, we're going to be making my Atlas P0G. It's a jumping Atlas. It's got an MRM 40 with Apollo fire control system in the left arm, ER medium laser and a sword in the right arm, large pulse laser in both the left torso and center torso, an LB5X AC in the right torso, and an ER medium laser in the head. XL engine, 1 ton of ammo for each of the big weapons. It's a fun little ditty, I think. Okay, so I think the way to make this work, there's a way we can get our this face right here to stick to a perfectly 90-degree piece. First, you know what? Let's select this thing. Let's select that and see if we can break this into parts. Let's just check. I don't think it's gonna work though. No. Nope. It will not. So what we can do is we can select this. We're going to edge. We're going to subdivide so I have a convenient vertex to grab onto. We're going to right click. We're going to snap our cursor to selected. Object mode, right click, origin to 3D cursor. Okay. Babink? Bit mixed, but I'm sure the weapons bracket up well. Yeah, it's a little bit of it's functioning a little bit like the Akuma does. You got the big hitters in the large pulse lasers for dealing damage. You got the sword for brawling, for accurate melee, and then you've got the like sandpaper and crit seeking in the MRM and the LBX. Okay, so what we want to do now, we're going to get our cube moved up here. Now, let's turn off snapping for a moment. I think what we have to do is select this. Let's rotate our camera a little bit. I think if we turn on snapping, we set it to active, and then we're going to align the rotation to target. I think it might do what we want it to, but we're about to find out. No, it does not actually rotate it to where we want it. Shit. I don't know how to make that sit flat. I wish I did. Oh, there, that almost does it. That almost does it. I think we're just gonna have to like rotate it until it looks right. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to rotate it till it looks right, which sucks, but that's fine. Conveniently, we have the origin right here though, so our rotation will be set to that. And let's really get in there. Let's really get in there and just get it as close as we can manage. Bow, 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 bow. I think that's pretty even. It's a little bit off. I'm watching the lines there. It's a tiny bit high on the left side. Come on. This is not letting me do like small increments. I think, you know, that's pretty close to dead on, and I think we're just going to roll with that. I think we're just going to roll with it. All right, now let's get our cube back in action. Let's get our cube back in action. We're going to select this thing, and we are going to tweak it and snap it right there. All right. And we want to get rid of that dang medium laser. You know what? I actually think we can maybe just get rid of the laser port on the front and then build our missile thing over top of it. And honestly, even that missile thing is fine. Fuck it. We're just gonna do this thing. Oh, I see the problem. I do need to get rid of the front of this. Okay. So we'll turn back on snapping. We'll take our tweak tool. And we're gonna stick it to right. Let's turn off the rotation thing. Don't align rotation. And we want to show what we're doing. We're going to go to center, or maybe it's closest. We want to, we want to snap this to, why you no snap? Why you no snap? Why you no snap? It's not snapping to things. Why you no snap to that face? What is wrong with this? Snap with center. It is not snapping. Why? Why it no... Snapping is active and on. Let's try this one. There we go. I'm just dumb. That's all it is. That's all it is, y'all. I'm just dumb. Blender hard. Just saying. Blender difficult. What is this weird rotation it's done? 180, 90, 180. Bizarre. Okay. Anyhow, we can shunt this down a little bit. And we'll shift this over. Oh, I see a problem. Okay. Turn back on snapping. We need it to snap to this. There. Turn off snapping. Scooch this over. Bam, bam, bam. I think that fully encompasses our laser thing. All right, we're gonna take our laser. We're gonna call this left arm. And we're going to Boolean versus that. We're gonna do the difference. We're gonna do hole tolerant, pow, like that. I apologize, I'm digging in my nose, y'all. It's itching like fucking mad. Okay, I think that's got rid of the front. Yes, there we go. So now, we want to build a missile launcher. We want to build a missile launcher that sits on this thing, and it's an MRM-40. Okay, so how we're going to do that? We're going to start with a cube. As always, we're going to start with a cube. And get it kind of set up how we want it. About yay big. I kind of don't want it to overlap the hand too bad. Like, it can stick in front of it some. Let's actually just shrink this down some. Wow, like that. And I think I want to take a note from the Black Hawk and have this wrap underneath. Have it wrap underneath things. Let's hide this arm for a moment. And we're going to, I want this, I want the origin up in this corner right here. So we're going to right click, snap vertices, cursor to selected, back to object mode, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. Now we have our cursor. We're going to call this our MRM-40. Pow. Let's put that arm back up for reference. This thing needs to be pretty chunky, right? It's got to be really chunky. Got to be really, really chunky. And it needs to come down like that. It's going to be absurdly big. But it has to be. All right, let's hide the arm for a moment. Or we'll do this. There we go. We're going to select this face right here. And actually, I think we're going to select these two edges here. And we are going to subdivide that. And we want this edge. And we want to Shift V. And move it along.
But you do work out.
Do I work out?
Okay.
Is the push-up counter correct today? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yes, sir. That is only 20 in 2 hours. We will update that. Pow, ba-boom, boom, bam. Okay. Race hell, praise Dale. All right. So now we have this new face here. And we can press. This needs to be a little closer to the arm, I think. Let's just get this, and we're gonna Shift V. We're gonna move it up a little bit more. Want it closer to that arm. And we're gonna come in here, we're gonna hit E to extrude this. Lovely. Save. Side note. Sent you a thing. Dankness, thank you. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa, so much happening. So much happening. Hey, big shout out to everybody who stops by and checks this stuff out. Words cannot really do justice to how much I appreciate you all. Okay, so from here, I want to figure out a way to get rid of this. And I wonder if I can just delete it, honestly. Delete edge. Can I make a new face here that's a complex polygon? Pow. I sure can. I sure as heck can. Alright. Let's go back to object mode and take a peek. Or I guess edit mode is fine. So here what we need to do is some beveling. So I think what we can do is grab these 3 edges. And we're gonna bevel these. Where's my bevel options? We're gonna do segments 15. That's too many. Segments 2. I think 2 is still too many. Do we do a single bevel? Is that the secret here? We start with a single bevel? We start with a single bevel. I think that's exactly what we do. More. I think what we do is now we grab these and we round them. And we do like 10 there and make them real smooth. No, 10's too much. 10's too much. Let's go down to 5. I think that's also too much. How has she done these? Let's just do 1. Let's see what 1 looks like again. Bam, bam. Bing, boom. Bam, bam. Let's see. You know what? I think what we need to do is tighten these up. Let's select those and we're going to expand it like that. And then this needs to be moved, but with snapping to edge. And what we can do is shift this down. Oops, I need to turn that on. And snap it there, and then that way they're even. The ammo drum you making? In F360, I usually use like 15-ish fillets minimum. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's try it. Let's run them. So now that we have like the main bevel shape, we want to smooth them. So let's try it. Let's do your suggestion, Mr. David. We're gonna do 15. It's I don't like how much it's stretching out. I want just okay. if I constrain them and keep them real tight, I think that does what I'm after. Okay, I'm gonna save the progress here. Now, I want to select this face, but I don't normally have the main shape. Oh yes, okay. I'm gonna inset this now. Why you know inset? I inset. Why no do? I to inset. There it goes. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think I have to apply transforms first. So let's, for a second, let's back up. Let's back up. Let's save our state. Object mode, select this, Control A, apply all transformations. Edit mode, grab this front, I to inset. All right. I don't think it's quite thick enough. Let's see if we can do some fun stuff here. Okay, that looks good. That looks really good. We have some weird stuff going on, but I think we can clean it up by deleting this face now. Pow. Yeah, all right. Okay, excellent. And what we can do is get in here and clean these like weird wonky things up. So what I want is, I want to snap this to the line right here, to right there, right in that corner. All right, so we need to do this. Boom, and we're gonna merge those at first. Pow. It created some interesting geometry. Yeah, I think it's because I have all these rounding efforts, but I will collapse them down and make it work. Not too complicated to do with that. Okay. Right here, let's do the same thing. All right, so we've got our, let's get way in on that. Let's get way in right here. We have a nice convenient vertex right there that we'll use, I think. Maybe, come on now. Let me move slower, please. I think we'll actually use this one right on the corner. And what we'll do is we'll have that selected. We'll go to wireframe, we'll hold shift and we'll select all of these and we'll press M, merge at first. Pow. Excellent. Now we just do it a few more times and we got this thing nice and cleaned up. All right, this one's got a convenient location for us, right? Nope, not that one. Not that one. We want this one, I think. Let's go inside and do the same thing. Get that selected, hold shift, grab them all, M, merge at first. Let's save our progress. BRB, got to grab some printer logs and take some photos. Heck yes. All right, so now we need to, I think we could maybe grab this one and shift V along that line. Yeah. And then we'll hold shift, select all those, M, merge at first. Easy mode. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We'll do the same thing over here. We're gonna grab this vertex, we're gonna shift V and we're gonna slide it until it matches there. Hold shift, grab all those, M, merge at first. Save. Up here at this one now. All right, same deal. Shift V, slide until we're there. Hold Shift, drag, select M, merge at first. And I think that has our geometry all cleaned up. Let's set it back to this. All right, we should now be able to take all this bam, 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 bing, bam, boom, bow, bing, bow, boom, grab that. And we can E to extrude that inwards. Oh, I don't want, yikes, yikes, yikes. Control Z, let's turn off snapping. We want a nice clean extrusion inward. That is maybe deep enough. Just maybe. Maybe deep enough. I think it's fine. Okay. So we need to figure out a division here. And what we're going to do is we're going to save here. And I think what we'll do is we're going to subdivide this. So we're going to subdivide that. And we're going to take this here. We're going to select our thing. We're going to snap to vertex. And we're going to shift it down and match it to... Oh, fuck. I didn't turn on the snapping. We're going to shift V it. We're going to shift V it and match it to this. Alright, and that way... Shit, I need to select just that. Yikes. We'll have it snap to that vertex, so now we can select these two and create a line straight across. And we think about how we're going to divide 40 of these in here. Let's actually take a screenshot and try to logic this out. And try to logic this out in paint.net. Let's do it. Let's pop open paint.net. Let's paste this. Expand canvas. Okay. So what I need to figure out is how small we're going to make these things, right? So let's do a multiply layer. Let's do a blue section. So let's go 50 maybe. So we got our blue section here. We need to kind of estimate what our missile load is going to be in between these. Alright. We're going to add a new layer. Actually, no. We're going to duplicate this layer so that it is basically the same thing. It's already got the thing set up. Alright, we got this segment here. And what I want to do here is kind of get a feel for the ratios here. So let's take and cut this thing out. And see how many of these fit inside here. It's a little more than 2. Bam, bam. All right, so what I'm thinking based on this, bow, bow. We're going to do 12, 12, 12, 4, like that. And let's actually make this kind of transparent. Let's see how we're going to divide this up. All right, so we do a new layer. Let's do a new layer. Let's go red. Let's go 25. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the same down at the bottom. So we do boom, bow, bing, bomb, blap, 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 you know, like that. Okay. I think that kind of works. Then we got 4 more in the middle here. I do want the Apollo fire control system to sit there somewhere, so we can maybe get away with like a little greebly bit on the top, something like that. Oh, let's go black. Something like this right here with a little like laser eye in the top. Okay. All right. I have an idea of the game plan then. So what we want to do then, and we're going to call this MRM40 body. All right, we're going to go back into object mode. We're going to add a cube. Okay. Our cube wants to have an origin in the corner again, so we're going to do that whole snap vertices, cursor to selected, object mode, set origin to 3D cursor. We're going to go back to object mode. Oh, we're already there. Bam, we're going to grab this. We're going to snap to faces and set this in there. All right. Now we'll turn off snapping. Let's get in here. Let's try to get this sized decently. Nope, I need you to adjust that one. Let me select what I'm clicking on, please. Thank you. All right, now if we duplicate this, in theory, it should let us snap this boy down here. All right, not quite right. We maybe need to rethink this just a bit. Can we do them 5 across in some fashion? I think 5 across might be too much, though. I do want to do something with those corners, because this actually won't fit what we want. All right, let's hide this layer. So can we do like one, oops. Let's do a new layer. New layer. Let's go red. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not gonna work. That's too. Let's make these bigger so we can really think about it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go even bigger, 75. That's too big, but that might actually be what we're doing here. 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 3. 75 too big. Let's go down to 65. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And we're gonna put that same kind of pattern up here. Like that. That way we free up them corners. Yeah. Okay. We'll put it down here as well. So that's only 30 though. Can we fit the full gamut here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's 32. 33, 34. Maybe we could get one there. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, so these need to be compressed a little bit. I think that's our pattern though. Roughly. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. All right, so do we have assets to dive in and do this properly? Let's hide these cubes for a moment. Let me import maybe our ATMs will be all right. Maybe I have some conversion bits in here actually. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Not a good one. Boom. Import STL. Damn, it sure does make things easier if I just slap that on there, don't it? No, that's too lazy. Let's fucking sculpt this thing. Let's see what our SRM6 piece looks like. See, this is what I'm thinking I want, is these type of missiles. Can we get away with that, though? Excuse me. Can we get away with that? What's our SRM4 look like? Import STL. That is a piece off the commando. No, don't like that. Bam. Let's get rid of it. Let's try... Who's the next one? Let's try this ATM-9. Pow. Set geometry to origin. What's our ATMs looking like? They're just like closed boxes. I don't really like that look. I don't like the break open panels. It doesn't hint that this thing is going to shoot more than once. I don't see anything else in here. Let's check that. What do you look like? What do you look like? Hey, that's kind of the pattern we need. if they were just like pushed out a little bit. Let's just get in here and let's try to do it. I think we can start with maybe Locust Labs. Maybe the arm off of the catapult. How far in are we? 2 hours? I'd like to get a little bit further in. Let's do this one. Boom. Missile rack 30. Set geometry to origin. I think this is kind of what we're going for. Although, honestly, those are too small still. Those are just really small. Let's get rid of you. Let's start off of the missile rack 12. Set geometry to origin. I think that's more our speed right here, this size. Okay. Let's get in here and try to isolate one of these things. Shade flat. Let's add a cube. Let's get our cube in there. Let's get our cube in there. Hello, welcome Lucky Cyan Official. We're doing some conversion today. Doing a kitbash of a new Atlas variant here in Blender. Welcome back, though. Most definitely. I think that has that whole thing encompassed. So let's do the same here. Nope. This needs to be probably sized correctly. Let's try 0.788 again. And let's shift this thing downwards till it encompasses the whole thing. I think that does it. And we're going to add a modifier. We're going to generate a Boolean. We're going to pop it here, and we're going to do the intersection, and we're going to make it hole tolerant. And we are going to apply. Bam. And I think that gives us a single missile pod. It sure does. All right. Let's rotate it 90 along the y-axis. Bam. That is the wrong axis. It's going to be 90 along the z. It's actually going to be negative 90 along the z. Now, we're going to apply all transforms. We're going to delete that. We're going to set origin to geometry. We're going to start trying to fit these things in here. So what I want to do then, I think, is to rename this in missile. We'll call that missile. All right. Let's drop a save. Edit mode. I like that all that's selected right there, and we're just gonna fucking delete all that. We're gonna dissolve all those faces. Bam. Get rid of them. And then we're also gonna dissolve those edges. And now we should have this nice clean piece. We sure as heck do. And we are going to select top and bottom. We're going to add a line. We're going to edge, subdivide. We're going to select this. We're going to right click, snap vertices, cursor to selected, object mode, origin to 3D cursor. Excellent. Now we have this piece. We're going to drop a save again. This honestly looks pretty awesome. I am very much a novice still in this whole thing. But we are adding parts to and kitbashing Locust Labs Atlas sculpt. Let's grab our tweak tool. Let's slap this on here. Okay, we got to work out fitting 40 in here. And I think the staggered look could work. Let's see if we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there. Let's see if we can fit 6. Nah, it looks Atlas. That is true. It is not an awesome. It is an Atlas. That's funny. All right. Can we fit 6 in here? So, bam. Shift D for duplicate. And what we want to try to do is... Oh, shit. Let's turn that off. We want a nice, even distribution. Let's see. This is... Let's try just moving it down 2 meters exactly. So -2, 5, 4, 4, 5. -4. What was the number? The other one? 5, 4, 4, 5. 4.5445. Bam. All right. How many do we need to fit? It was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might not happen. Let's try moving it just 1 meter. Not enough. Let's try moving it 1.5. Not enough. Let's try moving it 1. Fuck it. Let's just stick them in there and see how it goes. Duplicate it. Pow. Yeah. This one will go down to 6. I don't think we're going to fit 6, but we're going to try. This one's going to go down -8. This one's going to go down -8. -8. I don't know if I can do it. Ba, 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 da. Bap bap bada bap bada bap beep bodo beep bop bodo bop meow meow now meow meow now. Let's put it there in line with that. Can we compress these down enough to make it work? What if we put it like right there? 2.8 2883 9883 9883. Okay. So that's -1.7 from there. Okay. Delete. -1.7. See if that works. -1.7 will put us up to buffering is what it'll put us up to. Is my stream dead? My stream is partially dead. I'm dropping quality. Buffering for y'all? Let me know. Looks like, is my internet down? This thing is running in like 144p. What's the problem? Is something downloading against my will? Is Steam doing some kind of fucking update? Downloads. Are you doing some bullshit? Let's close it. Let's exit Steam. Let's just make sure it ain't eating no resources. Looks like it's back. It's been solid for me, no issue. My stream playback here went down to 144p. Okay. Alright, so minus 1.7 is going to put us at 4.9, 5.6. 5.6. And then what we'll do is we'll save, we'll duplicate. 5.6 becomes 6.6, becomes 7.3. 7.3, bam. Save, duplicate, escape. 7.3 becomes negative 9.0. 9.0. And then we'll duplicate one more time, and that'll become negative 10.7. I think it's just over a little too much. Doing fine over there. Thank y'all for the update. I appreciate it. I think we got to compress them just a little bit more to fit it. So let's take all of them. Let's take all of them and shift it up just a hair. Actually, will it fit if I put it all the way to that edge? Almost. I do want a little bit of a gap. I want just a touch of a gap. All right. We need to compress them all, though. Can we compress it by 0.1? Compress this by 0.1. They're basically touching. But we can try. We'll try it. 0.3, and then we do this one by 3, which will put us at 6.9. And then this one by 4, which will put us at 8.5. And then this one by 5, which will put us at 10.1. That looks pretty good. And if we can split the difference now, yeah, all right, this is what we're doing. Bam, 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 bam. Excellent. And we want to just try to get them nice and even between our... That's some SRM action. It's going to be an MRM 40, but I want the missiles big so they're paintable. I think that looks even enough. I'm okay with that. There's a way to do... where's the damn thing? I can't remember how... Sorry, you mentioned the MRM earlier. Yes, I did. I wonder if it would be worth doing some lighting to help me see these edges. I know what I can do. All right, here's what we'll do. We will select these faces, I guess. See, I don't like that. I can't look at this dead on and see things. There's a way to make the edges show up. There's a way to render the edges, and it was supposed to be really easy to do. Show hide. Damn it. Visibility, maybe? I don't remember where it is. It's gonna be... I'm gonna try to fit this pattern. It's a little compressed there, but so it'll be 6 to 7 now. 6 to 7. So let's see if we can't do it. All right. And I actually think We're going to save. We're going to duplicate this. Oh, fuck. I can't remember how far over we got to go. It's 1.6 now. So we're going left. All right, left 1.6. Let's just calculator so I don't have to think. I'm bad at math, y'all. I just like simple math really just breaks my brain. 28.815. 28.815. Yeah, we should move all of them. No. I don't think I can fit them. 28.815. Now let's just copy paste. 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 Now, can we add in one more and actually fit it? So if we duplicate this and then come down, negative 1.6 would put us at 11.7. 11.7. And then if we shift all of these up, will it compress enough to fit? No, it will not. It will not. But we can just about fit them if we shrink them just a bit. All right. What if we come down 0.9? What do we want? We want to change XZ. 0.9 and then 0.9. And I think those will still be like paintable. Let's see if I can select all of these and resize everything. 0.9? No, it just does the one. Point nine. 0.9. 0.9. 0.9. 0.9. 0.9. We'll do this one too, and then it'll be faster if I just recopy them, I think. So we're gonna delete all these. Bam, 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 delete. And then I want to duplicate these. Shift D, click, and then we're gonna go to, what was it? 28.815. 28.815. Pow. Fuck. I forgot. I have to do this one at a time as well. Damn it, man. 28.815. Let's see if I can maybe get that dialed in just by selecting all of them and holding shift. Yeah, there we go. Come on. There we go. Excellent. 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 Stretch the tube box a fraction. That's not a bad idea. I know there's a way to duplicate items on a grid, but I don't know how. Yes, we'll get there eventually. When you paint minis, is there a brand of paint you prefer? I do prefer Vallejo, and that actually as well. But that does create a bit of a moral quandary right now, because the Vallejo folks are striking right now, and for good reason. So I don't really know how I feel about it in this moment, because I love their product, but I don't really want to morally say I support the bad conditions they work in. Now, let's do that. And then I should be able to shift this upwards and fit it. It's so close, it almost fits. It almost fits. All right, I think what we do have to do then, let's hide all these missiles. What is it? How do I hide all? View. H. Yeah, there we go. Let's find our MRM40 body. Okay, and then I want to find this, and what we'll do is we'll turn this sideways. We're going to set it to wireframe. We're going to go into edit mode, select vertices, and we're going to select all of those, and we're just going to shift it down until it fits. Just a hair. And then we want to kind of match how close these are together at the bottom. So we want just a tiny bit more here. Just a tiny bit more. All right, excellent. Drop a save state. Object mode. Go back to this view. Let's show our missiles again. All the missiles. Boom, boom, boom. Turn them all on. Pow, pow, pow. Okay, so let's refer to our chart again, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some green marks on these so we know when we've done them. Like filling in pips on a battle mech sheet. Alright, so another row of 6. Another row of 6. Hot damn, that strike is for totally valid reasons. Does not sound like they're asking for unreasonable things. Yeah. Yeah, it's I had no idea it was bad, and like they're simply asking that you not buy Vallejo products right now. And like I'm kind of right there with them. Okay, so we're going to shift this down 3.2 minus 3.2. So that needs to be 30.415 minus 3.2 equals 27.215. And what we can do is when we grab our little arrow, I'm going to put this over here so I can see the number. When we grab the arrow, we can hold shift and do like a slow movement. And we're going to get it to 27.215. It's almost there. There we go. Perfect. Bam. All right. Now, same thing. We want to minus 3.2 from that. And we'll copy all of these. And we'll shift D duplicate. These aren't going to fit. I need to find somewhere to do these last 2 missiles. We may have to do some weird arrangement down here or something. I don't think those are going to fit. We might have to do them on top or something up here. We'll do like a missile, and then the targeting thing. It's a kitty cat. Alright, did we already duplicate these? We did. Alright, so these need to go over to 24.15. 24.015. Wait. That doesn't check out. That doesn't check out. I've done it from the wrong position, is what's happened. 28.815 minus 3.2. I got it wrong. 25.615. 25. Oh my god, it's jumping between 4 and 6. It just will not do the whole thing. Alright, so we have to boost the size of it again. We have to boost the size of everything again. Alright, so we'll do that same thing we just did with the body here. We'll select that. We're going to go wireframe. We're going to select edit mode. And we're gonna grab all of this and we're gonna boost it just a little bit, like that. Back to object mode. We're gonna select all of these LEDs. Pew, 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 pow, ping, pow, poo, pap, chop, chop, chow. Get them nice and balanced in there. I can fit one more in this row by not staggering these. I think that might be the call here. But in the meantime, let's continue mucking with these. And it's minus 1.6. So these are 25.898 minus 1.6. It's going to put us 24,298. Copy. 24,298. Bam. Save. We want to minus another 1.6 from that. It's going to give us 22.698. Duplicate. Click. What was that? 22,698. 22,698. 22. Six, 9. That's close enough. All right, minus another 1.6. 21,098. Duplicate. Click. 21,098. God, it's so hard to... My mouse is just like super stupid sensitive. All right, how many missiles is that now? 6, 7. So 13, 19, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All right, so we got 35 in there at this point. We got to fit 5 more. I think what we can do is to delete this row. Copy this one. 29,098 minus 1.6 pow. 27,498 is where it needs to go. Close enough. All right, so that's got us pretty close. What is the recourse here to make this happen? How many are we at? 9, 18, 27, 36 at the moment. We got to fit 4 more in here. We got to fit 4 more in here. There's a way to do this. I kind of like 2 more on this side here. Let's see what that arm looks like. Yeah, we could probably bring... Yeah, if we just lift this up a little bit, we can put 1 more row on top here. And I think that's our recourse. Yep, that's how we'll do it. And that's exactly 4 more. Make first row a 7 instead of a 6. Right here. I think This, I don't like what's happening here at this point, which sucks. I might have to put some like greebling in here. We could maybe fit the Apollo fire control system right here, actually. We put some greebling in there. Let's do MRM body. Bam. We're gonna set this back to here. Well, first let's actually select this top row. 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's go the other way around. Oh, this one's nice and convenient. It just goes up to -282. Control Z, duplicate, click. -282 is where this lives. Close enough. No, it's not close enough. Why is those numbers not? I think it's the average point. How is that? I think that's just about close enough. Should probably come down a little bit more. The numbers are doing really weird stuff here. But I think that's close enough that no one will ever notice that they're not exactly even. Let's slap on the body. We're going to go edit mode. We're going to go to the front. Go wire mesh. Boom. I want all of that. And we're going to zip that up to right there. And this works too because we can put some clamps coming out on top of the arm there. Pull the far side. Shrink the point, pull the far side in. I don't know if it works because it won't match the bevel. Is what's bugging me here. It's fine. We'll put in a little greebling. We'll do some little greebly bits. We do some greebly bits right here. Heck, you know, we could even like... I bet you we could get away with putting our fire control system right here. I just give this a little bit more. And then we can put in a, I want to make a little bit. So let's drop a save. Let's come in here. I want to make a little bit. So let's add a cube. Let's add a cube. Let's get it sized based on this corner here. Bam. Get it sized based on that corner. I like this song. This is a good one. Let's do a little greebly feller here. Hiya. Hello, Nico. Welcome to the stream. We are building an MRM 40 for an Atlas arm here. And it is going all right. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Country Fried Minis. The streams here are always a kind of a grab bag of stuff. Sometimes we're editing, sometimes we're blendering, sometimes we're playing games like Tabletop Tuesday, where your super chats count as statements from the Dungeon Master. Sometimes we're painting. You never know. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm digging your Windows XP aesthetics. We are currently working on a 3D model, a conversion for Locust Labs Atlas. So let me catch you up to what we've done tonight. We have we've done a weapon swap on this torso location, which has there's another thing that goes here. What was that thing called? Torso corner replacement. There it is. So we've replaced the autocannon here from the original, and we have taken the arm and removed the medium laser, and we're packing in a gigantic missile launcher on it. Good old NT, yes. Yeah, I picked this up off of an Etsy store actually. Guy sold the rights to use it and had a whole bunch of assets. It was really fun stuff. Okay, so what we're doing here now is we're gonna bevel this boy. We're gonna bevel those corners. I'm gonna bevel it all inwards. We're gonna do one segment. And then I think what we're gonna do is do that same thing here. And we're gonna spread these out a little bit till they're like that. All right. Let's go back to object mode. I'm gonna shrink this thing down a little bit, just a little bit. I wanna fit it in the corners. Not a ton of detail on it. Let's bring it in some again. Move it over. Okay. I barely remember 95 and I'm old. Yeah. I applied your explain, but sounds mostly Greek to me. I barely know any Warhammer stuff. I know a little bit of Warhammer. I used to be a Warhammer guy, like way back. I started with Warhammer actually in 2001, playing the Tau. Do I have a handy dandy rulebook? I do. Back in 3rd edition, the best edition, arguably. 3rd edition was great because 3rd edition still had like some of the goofiness of 2nd edition and Rogue Trader, but then it was the 1st edition that was truly like Warhammer with nice streamlined rules. I haven't really played Warhammer in a good few years. I've moved on to BattleTech lately, and BattleTech is great because it's crunchy. You get these fun stompy mechs. It's a lot more 3D printing friendly, and the lore is so much deeper than even Warhammer, if you can imagine. I know we got like the whole Horus Heresy thing, but like it's mind-boggling how deep the lore goes in BattleTech. Hero Hammer for the win. I have yet to play 2nd edition, David. I'm intent to play it because I bought the 2nd edition box set 2 years ago for my birthday. Oh, these probably won't print that small, will they? Let's go 0.2 on those. Okay. We're gonna go 0.3 on these, I think. 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. That is too big. Too big. Too big. 0.25. 0.25. 0.25. Alright, and then we want to get it kind of nice and evened out. Bam. Like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click on this object and we're going to add a modifier boolean, generate our boolean, bam. And what we want to do, we want to make a union here. Make sure it's hole tolerant and apply. Excellent. So now we can take this thing, and I want to shrink it down to like 0.18, maybe 0.18, 0.18. I think that looks pretty good. And we're going to do the opposite now. We're going to take this thing and we're going to wrench. We're going to add modifier, generate a Boolean. We're going to do difference between this and that. We're going to make it hole tolerant. And we are going to apply it. Bam. And in theory, we should have now. We now have this little like greebly bit that looks like, you know, a thing. And we're going to push it in there. About the depth of the little thing. Yeah, look at that. Fun little greeble. Love it. I used to have a knit army. Oh, no way. For the Emperor, yes. I've actually been looking at maybe painting some Warhammer stuff here on the channel. I really don't want to become just another Warhammer channel. So I've been very cautious about that and tried to avoid that. All right, so now what we want to do, we want this greeble. We want this greeble up at the top as well. And we're going to fit it in up here. And I think it actually doesn't fit. It actually doesn't fit. Which means our top actually needs to get moved up a little bit, is what it is. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna give ourselves just a little bit more wiggle room here. Edit mode, snap the viewport, see-through mode, vertices, grab those. We're gonna shift it up just a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Just a teensy weensy little bit. Okay, back to object mode, back to full view. Now I think what we got to do is take both of these and compress them inward a little bit. It needs to come in. Let's apply all transformations, actually. Let's do that first. Apply all transformations. We want to shrink this feller just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Let's set origin to geometry, and we're going to bring it in X and Z. Let's go 0.9 on both. X and Z 0.9. And what that's going to let us do... I gotta go, people. Nico, hope to see you in another stream in the future. Thank you for sharing your epic 3D modeling today, Cam. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. David. Hope you have a wonderful day. Is this original design, or are you referencing something new to this stuff? I am making my own interpretation of a weapon that exists in the world. I'm using a combination of my own new shapes, as well as parts that pre-exist. So, the same sculptor made a missile launcher set, and I've used the individual missiles out of their missile rack to copy these. This box right here I've been working on, but mostly it's like kitbashing. I'm digitally kitbashing this mech from a whole bunch of individual parts that pre-exist, and a few scratch-built ones as well. Alright, so we're going to push this thing down into that corner. And I think what that's going to do is let us... We can shift this whole row down a little bit. Just a little bit. So it'll fit. Shit. Why did that move? We need to set origin to geometry. That's why. There we go. All right, and we're gonna put this along the... We'll put this along the the X at right about there, 30.536. So we'll put this one 30.536. Get those lined up. All right, and now if we shift this whole row down just a little bit, I think we can make this work. I don't know. A little bit more, just a tiny bit more there, and that fits, and there's a little bit of wiggle room. I think we actually want to shift all of it, including that little thing down as well. Okay, that looks decent. We're gonna come down just a tiny bit here. Okay, we got a nice mistly thing, some greebles in it. It's looking good. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, absolutely. Now, we have enough now, right? So these are 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 24 plus 9 puts us at 24 plus 9 puts us at 33 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puts us at 40. All right, we got an MRM 40. Now, what we need to do is, I should have copied this damn thing before I assembled it. Can I still break this down? Can I still, let's call this Greebly 1. Can I still break these dang old things down? So let's go into edit mode. We're going to select that, and we maybe can separate loose parts. Nope. The Boolean function. It's never enough boom booms, but looking good. Yeah, this guy is based off of a custom sheet I made. So our Atlas will have his right arm will have a sword and an ER medium laser. The left torso and center torso have a large pulse laser, which is big damage, but -2 to hit, which is good. LB5X autocannon, which we've already put on. ER medium laser in the head, and then the MRM 40 in the left arm is what we're working on right now. So now I need to add, we're going to call this Greebly 2. I need to toss in, ooh, that custom sheet tingles my tisms. Yeah, I love that Battletech allows for it. We don't actually play generally with a bunch of custom stuff, but everything is possible to be used, referencing the construction rules. So it's really nice in that regard. All right, let's add a cube. Let's shift our cube downwards. Let's get it in place. Zow. Wowie zowie. And we're gonna make our size here based on the space we have available, rather than the other way around. All right, let's get that in place. We're gonna size it up. Now this thing is supposed to be like a fire control system, so it needs like it needs, what all do we want to do? We put vents on it, maybe? We can put some vents on it. I think that would look good. Let's hide our body for a second. We're going to go into edit mode. We're going to select lines, or edges. Select those edges. Bam, bam. Actually, do we want to... Do we want to bevel all the edges? No, I think I want to do these 3. I think I want to leave that one unbeveled. Actually, what we need to do is apply transforms first. Control A, apply all transforms. And now when we select our edges, we should get a cleaner bevel. It's something I wasn't doing earlier. Yeah, that looks good to me. So we're going to select these edges. I want to kind of shift the angle of our bevel just a little bit. Oh, it's uneven. Shit fire. Let's just shift these ones then. Yeah, okay. And then we'll select this top one. We'll turn on snapping to edge. We'll turn on the magnet. And what we can do is we can grab this and start shifting it, but snap it to that edge there. And now they should line up nicely. Okay. So for one, I think what we can do is we can fit a copy of this greebly like inside this thing here. So let's go back to object mode. Let's turn off snapping. Let's shift and sit this inside the thing. And I think what we'll do is we'll rotate this maybe. We'll rotate it along the x-axis 90 degrees. Wrong one. We'll rotate it along the y-axis. Yes, there we go. We'll sit that right there in the bottom. That looks pretty good to me. All right. So next, I think what I want to do is add some kind of... We'll take this edge and this edge, both these edges, and we're going to subdivide them. So edge, subdivide. All right, and then to line these up, what we can do is we can select this vertex, turn on snapping to vertex, and shift it down and line it up to that. And now we have a straight line across. We grab this and we can shift V and slide along an edge. Oh, fuck. Let me turn that off. Shift V and we'll slide along to about right there. Because what I want to do now, what I want to do is inset this face right here. Pow. I to inset. Inset it just a bit. We're going to E to extrude and push it inward. There we go. This is taking way longer than I thought it was going to, but let's keep grinding. I'm in a flow state. I'm okay with this. We're going to add a cylinder. Let's stick a cylinder in there. Get it in position. Bam. We're going to rotate you 90 degrees. We're going to shrink you down. We're going to shrink you down 0.5 and 0.5 and 0.5. It's not small enough. We're going to go 0.4. 0.4, 0.4. Bum, 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 bum. Ba, 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 ba. It's still a little too big. It needs to be just a bit smaller. Excuse me. We're going to go 3.375. 0.375. 0.375. We're going to use this as kind of like a cookie cutter thing to punch some very shallow holes. We're going to do this one, and we're going to wrench generate Boolean. We're going to do difference between that and cylinder. We're going to make it exact and hole tolerant and smash it. I think that's good and even. And now we have this nice little recess, which I actually don't think is going to print. So we need to undo what we just did. Undo all of that. Pow. We need to push this in a little further. Let me make it kind of transparent so we can see here. It needs to be deep enough that like we're actually going to see the details on a 3D print. I think that's good now. Let's turn off the see-through. No vents. I do want to put a vent right here. But we're going to slap this thing in first. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a double lens. Make it hole tolerant. Bam. Apply. Okay, and now we're going to shift this down. Yeah, perfect. I am going to put some vents. That is a excellent call. It's a little off. Shit, fire. Let's roll that back. It's quite difficult to get it lined up. Make it equidistant, you know? Let's shift it up. Let's just get it good and lined up before we commit. A little higher. This should be really close to the edges. All right, here we go. Difference that. Hole tolerant. Apply. Let's hide this piece. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Closer to lined up. And we want a little bit of a space between these, but not too much. We're going to do the same thing. Generate a Boolean. That is the wrong thing. Generate a Boolean. Difference between this and object cylinder 2. Hold tolerant. And we will apply again. Yes. All right, now we want to make some vents. Yes. We want some vents.
Talking about the thugs. T is for terrible. H is for hell. U is for ugly.
Okay.
G is for jail. Cause a thug can't spell.
I think what we can do, we could maybe make some really simple, you can maybe make some really simple vents instead of, like, I could do like rounded edges and all that, but I don't think they're gonna matter all that much. So let's subdivide these. Let's shift this whole thing along the line. Shift V, let's put it about right there. We're going to select this vertex and only this vertex. We're going to snap to vertex. We're going to shift this up and line it up right there. Excellent. So, now what I think we're going to do then is we're going to select this and that, and we're going to subdivide 5 times. Edge, subdivide, set this to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. All right. And then what we want to do is spread these a little bit, I think. What would happen if we just grabbed these as it is and pushed them in? Bam, 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 bam. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. We need to subdivide more. Subdivide 6 times. Subdivide 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just dumb. Yeah, okay. And now we can just E to extrude and push those in. And we have some simple vents. Not sure how tiny vents may print. I think these ones will print. These are all kind of overcompensated in the size, but all the details on this will print. I think here, that should, you know what? That's good looking out, Nico. We're going to subdivide this smaller. We're going to subdivide down to 4. Subdivide with 4. 4 cuts, bam. And actually, no, first we're gonna shift this down a little bit. I need a little more space to play with. Bam, and now we're gonna subdivide down to 4. Pow. Grab those, we're gonna grab these, bam, 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 E to extrude, and push that in there. That looks kinda decent. Kinda decent. Let's go back to object mode. Yeah. What's your 3D print setup? It is resin. Yes, I got an Anycubic Mono X 6KS, a Frozen Sonic Mini, and an old school first generation Anycubic Photon. Okay, so next here we want to do a save state, and we're going to add a mesh. We're going to add some spheres. Add some spheres, and we're going to mirror, we're going to snap it to faces. I'm going to do a tweak and slit it right there. Turn off snapping for now. Oh, you're set with the 3D printers. Yes, I actually also offer 3D printing services. So if you check out my Fiverr page, if you're in need of prints, I print by the build plate. So an example of how many models you can get. Charge $75 for that plate and $40 for this one. And then I also offer army printing. So check it out, link in the description down below. And of course the eBay store, I sell physical prints of Locust Labs models. Among other things, but for now check them out. They're both in the description down below. And of course, if anybody out there watching wants to talk 3D printing, 3D modeling, painting, make sure to sign up on the Discord. Show us what you got. We want to see it. Link in the description down below. Okay, so now what was the deal? Another Nate told me you can just snap without having to make. Oh, that's so good. Good to know. I do have 3D printer, but not resin. Yeah, there was a really good deal recently. Oh, I'm not moving this. I do actually want to make these and subdivide them. There was a really good deal recently over on Anycubic for Black Friday. And they had the mono for $400 off MSRP. It was an insane deal. Okay, so we're gonna snap to vertex and turn on snapping. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna shrink this thing down to 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. And I think what we want to do is actually push it in a little bit. We'll push it in a bit. We're going to make it a little bit bigger, so 0.33, 0.33, 0.33, like that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then what we can do now, I think, is to because we have that origin there, we can set origin to 3D cursor, and then when we duplicate this, we, in theory, should be able to snap it at exactly the same depth to right here. Dude, that worked. Ah, I love that I've learned some shit here in Blender. Fabulous. Redeem Popcat. I want to redeem a Popcat. Redeem Popcat. Also, give Nico 69 420. All right. I think that looks pretty good there, to be honest. That looks decent. It doesn't have any surface greebling, but it failed to give. I don't understand why these names are hard to... The bot just doesn't want to recognize them sometimes. Looks good indeed. Yes, thank you. I think what we're going to do now... I want to make some surface divisions on this thing. So let's get rid of left arm for now. I want to, so we're going to select this. We're going to go to edit mode. And we're going to select edges. We want all of the edges around the perimeter. How many stripes do I want to make? I also desire cat of pop. Yes, I'm going to redeem another pop cat. How many stripes down this thing? I think 2. I think 2 is good. Oh, come on. Am I really, like... Why is my stream just, like, not working? Oh, it's right here. I think I'm crashing down. Wait, there it is. All right. We want to subdivide. We want to subdivide 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So we're going to edge, we're going to subdivide 4 times. Boom. We want 4 subdivisions. Okay. And this is going to be hard to select because of all this here. So what we need to do is actually like deselect. Yeah, we want to deselect all this. Boom, boom, bow, bow. Man, the buffering, is it buffering for y'all? Alt click. What are you talking about, alt click? Okay, yeah, I see it. Thank you. Is it just me buffering? Is it just my internet shitting the bed? No, I think it's this. I think I gotta restart my router probably. So alt shift click selects them too? Alright, yeah, there we go. We're going to slide these along right there, like that. So does that thing hold true as well for faces? Can I alt select faces? Not really. Not how I'd like, at least. It was buffering, but good now. Okay, thank you. If I control click all the way to here, nope. Yes, it did work. Okay. Excellent. Control click to there. And then we'll control click all the way back into here, maybe? Now? Okay. I need these rings to be... I think maybe I have to pause for a second and make sure that this thing has the transforms applied. It looks like it does have transforms applied. So in theory, when I select all this stuff, we want to, let's set origin to geometry. Shit, what do I have selected? Set origin to geometry. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know how this is going to work, to be honest. But it's selected as the... This buffering is driving me bonkers. I don't understand what the fucking problem... I'm dead. I'm dead in the water. I am dead in the water. What is going on? What is going on? What the fuck is going on? Let's pop on over here. Something's going on with my internet. Can't even find optimal server. What the fuck? Optimal server to Fremont? That's bonkers. Alright, this is going to really struggle for a second while it does this. If it can even connect. It's not fine now. It is the opposite of fine. Anxiously awaiting my upload test. Just constantly buffering. Yep, that's the problem. They've throttled me the fuck down. I'm getting a tenth of the speed I should be getting. I fucking hate Comcast so much. I hate this company. I hate Xfinity so much. I hate them. I hate this company. Literally the worst fucking... they're disgusting. Absolutely fucking foul. The worst. The worst company in America. Worst company in America. Hate them. I sure do. I hate them so much. Alright, is that my loops selected adequately? Hey, CEO, better watch out. There's just, I don't understand why they gotta be so fucking god-awful. Their practices are just... I really wish I could go with a different ISP, but my building has a contract with Comcast, so they're literally my only option. Alright, so... I think I made those come in too far, maybe. Alright, so the way I've done this to make it work is I hit extrude and then I backed out so it made the extra planes. And now I'm using the resize. Buffering again, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What's the fucking problem, dude? I'm gonna have to end the stream. Getting throttled down to nothing. Comcast is sick of me utilizing the service that I pay an outrageous amount of money for. Dude, it's down to 144p. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? come on now. This is absolutely fucking outrageous. Way to like, I'm in a flow state, right? So like, the internet gods can't have that. They gotta shit on my good time. Come on now. I haven't dealt with this in a long time. Let me apologize for my impatience at this, but you know, I upgraded service. I was bullied into getting the proprietary Xfinity router. I was told it would solve the problem. I upgraded service. I thrown money at the problem. But yet, you know, it still persists. Okay. Okay, so I'm not getting anywhere where I can't see the numbers here. I need to scale it an even amount on both X and Y, but I don't see somewhere. It's not like reading out the numbers. All right, scale. There we go. We're going 9.1 global. That's way too much. I'm gonna come in. We go 9.629. I think 9.5 global is fine. Come on, please select what I'm clicking on. We'll go 9.5, and then we'll come from the top and do the same thing. 9.5. I think that's maybe a little too deep. Yeah, that's maybe a little too deep. Little green square that isn't connected to the gizmo directly. You're gonna have to explain what that does. Is that along 2 axes? The buffering is fucking insane, dude. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm done. I'm completely done with the stream. I'm so pissed off at this. I was in a flow state, y'all. I was in a flow state. I was feeling good. I was there. I'm making progress. But Xfinity has decided no internet for you. It'll edit all proportions on that axis equally. For fuck's sake, Xfinity, do your job. Do your job, dude. Right back into fucking buffering. Is it not, like, reasonable for me to expect the service I pay for to fucking function? Am I being unreasonable? With how much they charge and the fact that they run a monopoly on my building? Am I being unreasonable to expect them to fucking provide the service? I'm talking like at least 99.9% uptime. What is the fucking problem? close all of that. Well, I was in a flow state, y'all. I was feeling pretty good. I was making good progress. I was feeling good about it. But Comcast has decided that I don't get to use internet. Well, I mean, it looks like it's working now. Yeah, I've been forced to restart my router, which the Xfinity page said I was not having any problems, and there's no outages in my area. I suspect they see that I am using data and are throttling me at this point. I usually don't stream this often, and I think 12 streams in a month is about how much I would do in a month instead of doing it every day. They're throttling my service, which is illegal, and they claim they don't do it, but they definitely do. Yeah, I hate the company so much. They make my blood boil. Anyhow, my stream is already like a couple minutes behind already. Whew, boy. All right. We live though. I think now what we need to do, I want to get this thing done, but it's almost 10 p.m. So I think what I'm going to do is use this as an opportunity to, just give in to the fact that I'm raged out and relax. And, well, I was going to say I'd go pick up some food downstairs, but they close in 9 minutes. You know what? I think I could maybe run down there and get a bag of dang old chips and snack on some stuff and have a good evening. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be streaming the rest of the month, doing a stream every day challenge. Streaming every day. Going to be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. PST. Going to be painting some models all day tomorrow. And yeah, it might be a little later. We might do 3 p.m. I do got to run by the post office. But tomorrow we're going to be painting on some Legion of Vega mechs. Thank you, Lord Comcast. You have interrupted my flow state. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out for the evening. I want to thank everybody for stopping through. If you think, if you've had fun tonight, if you found anything interesting, come on back through. Keep an eye out for new content. We got a video up now if you ain't seen it, the Crater Cobra's 10-minute minis video. Make sure to check it out. Hit that sub, hit that like, all that good stuff that YouTube likes, and we'll be streaming every day this month. I want y'all to remember, as always, to be happy while you're painting, and of course to know that your participation here on Country Fried Minis makes me happy while I'm painting. And if y'all don't mind, I'm going to slap on my shoes and try to hit the store before they close in 8 minutes. So that's all we got tonight. Catch y'all tomorrow. Lots of love. Have a good one. Also, fantastic to catch you, Mr. Nico. Hope to chat at you again. Bye-bye.